And on this Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, Oregon scientists used human skin cells to create fertilizable eggs, a step in the quest to develop lab-grown eggs or sperm. But the experiment resulted in abnormalities in chromosomes, prompting the Oregon Health and Science University team to caution it could take a decade of additional research before such a technique might be ready for trials in people. They're already working to improve the technique. The work was published today in the journal Nature Communications. An extraordinary meeting of the Pentagon's top officers was held today. Details from Sagar Magani.
President Trump and his defense chief say politically correct leadership in the military is over after abruptly summoning top military officers from around the world to Virginia at Marine Corps Base Quantico.
The purposes of American military is not to protect anyone's feelings, it's to protect our republic.
The president told hundreds of uniformed leaders the military's helping protect the nation's borders.
We're under invasion from within.
And he envisions using its cities as armed forces training grounds. Earlier, the officers sat mostly stone-faced as Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth lectured them on race and gender, announcing shifts that include male-level physical fitness standards, looser disciplinary rules, and other directives. And if they don't like his new approach,
you should do the honorable thing and resign.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
Hamas says it will study President Trump's peace plan for Gaza, both within the group and with other Palestinian factions, before responding. There was no indication today when that response might come. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has already thrown his support behind the proposal. Hamas faces a bitter trade-off. The proposal demands that it effectively surrender and disarm, but if it rejects the deal, the U.S. could give Israel an even freer hand to continue its punishing campaign in the already devastated territory. We're learning more in the aftermath of Sunday's deadly LDS church attack in Michigan. Jennifer King reports.
More details are emerging after a man crashed a pickup truck into a chapel of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan, Sunday morning. Authorities say Thomas Jacob Sanford began shooting at worshipers and started a fire. As flames engulfed the church, congregants and nurses who worked at a nearby hospital ran in and out of the building.
We're absolute heroes, going in and out of the fire to drag people out.
Dr. Michael Danek is with the Henry Ford Genesis Hospital.
We had a total of 8 patients at Henry Ford Genesis, from the ages of 6 to 78. 5 were gunshot wounds and 3 were smoke inhalations.
In the end, an officer with Michigan's Department of Natural Resources and another local police officer chased Sanford down and killed him in an exchange of gunfire. Officials say Sanford was a 40-year-old former Marine sergeant who served in Iraq. Chris Johns, a council candidate in Burton, told MLive.com he met Sanford while introducing himself to voters last week. Johns says that Sanford was pleasant at first, but then turned the conversation to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and became unhinged. Johns says he became increasingly uncomfortable as Sanford told him he had lived in Utah and repeatedly described Mormons as the Antichrist. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also told Fox News that based on her conversations with FBI Director Kash Patel, federal investigators believe this was an individual who hated people of the Mormon faith. I'm Jennifer King.
Turning Point USA's college tour is returning to Utah for the first time since founder Charlie Kirk was assassinated earlier this month. Kirk was killed September 10th at Utah Valley University. Tonight's event at Utah State University will feature speakers like podcaster Alex Clark and a panel with Senator Mike Lee and Governor Spencer Cox. Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, has pledged to continue the organization's work. And that's Newsmakers for this Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.